Hello, welcome back. In the videos till now, we have understood the basic type of Elementor layouts, the container styles, the basic elements, the general elements, the site elements, the link in bio elements. Now, in this video, let's look into something called the single elements. Now, single elements are used with blogs and posts. So let's look at them and understand how do we use single elements in designing our blogs and posts. So are you ready? Let's go. Alright, so to understand the single elements, we need to first create a post and then design it using these elements. So let's go back to the main admin dashboard and create a post. So we exit to WordPress, go to post, all post. Now since we had deleted all the posts while we were preparing our WordPress admin, so we can click on this add post button to create a new post. Now let's give it a title, post. So we have given a title to this post. Let's set a featured image by clicking over here. We can say that maybe this is the featured image. Let's select the featured image. It is automatically picking up that I am the author. We can add a category, say category name school. So we had added a category to this. We have created a tag for this. So we have done the basic settings for this blog post, and after that we can either click on publish to publish this post, or we can save it as draft. So let's save it. Now that the basic draft of this post is ready, let's try and edit it on Elementor. To do that, we will click on edit with Elementor, just like you do for a page. Now here we are on the Elementor page for this particular post. Let's design this. Here you can see already that it is picking up the title of this particular post. It is tagged as VSC and some basic information. Let's click on this plus button to add a container, and let's test what each of these single elements do. Let's go into single. Now this is the post title element. When we drag it here, we will see that it is automatically picking up the title of the post. Now you can basically edit the styling, because the content part will be automatically picked up from the title of the post that we had added in the draft. You can do the basic styling of this here, like selecting what kind of typography you want, or you can select maybe the font family from here, keep it default. You can increase the size of the post title, and you can select a color for this post title, and then you can add some spacing on the top. So basically this particular element called post title helps you add the title to your post. The post excerpt is another element that helps you add a short introduction about this particular post. Now to add a post excerpt, we need to first add this in our post that we had created. So to do that, let's go back. Let's go back to posts, edit post, and you see this option here, add an excerpt. We can add an excerpt from here. So let's just put some random excerpt. We can copy something like this, 3 or 4 lines, and then go back and add this as an excerpt. That's it. So we have saved the excerpt. Now we can go back and edit with Elementor. Now you can see that that excerpt has been added here. So let's arrange it in a better way. So we can make this container to wrap so that the heading is in one line and the excerpt is under it. Now let's move to the next element, which is the featured image. Now we added a featured image to this post, so we can show that also inside our post. So this was the image that we had uploaded as a featured image. So now you can see that inside your post also. Let's see what you can do with it. So since the image will be automatically picked, you can't do much in the content area. You can just style the image from here. You can add a border radius, you can add a box shadow to the image. You can see there is a shadow added over here. You can add maybe a 20 pixel of radius so that the image corners get rounded. You can define the width, maximum width that you want to give to this image. Say you only want this image to be this much wide. Right, so you can do that from here. So like this you can basically manage your image. Let's move the image up. Right, so you have the heading on the top, then the image, and then the excerpt. Now let's move to the next element. Close these. Alright, so the next one is the table of content. Now since I don't have too much content on this website, let me show you the table of content on another one of my website. So here we are on the website. Now here you can see this is the post title. This is the post info, which captures the name of the author and all the other details that you can add, like on which date this particular post was created. Here is the post excerpt for this particular post. This is the featured image for this post. And here you can see on the right hand side, this is the table of content. This is the HTML tag of this particular heading, table of content. Now here I can create anchors using which it will capture the headings that I add here. So here I've added only H3. So it is picking up all the H3s from this blog post and it is showing them over here under table of content. But if I add say H4, so it will add both H4 and then inside H4 it will add H3 as a sub item. So like this you can create your own table of content. I only wanted to show H3 items here, so that's what it's doing. So it's going down into the post and it is capturing all the H3s, which is heading 3 tags, and it is showing them here. So you can also create your own table of content like this. This basically shows if you want to mark this as 1, 2, 3, 4, or you want them to be shown as bullet points. So I can leave it like this also, table of content. Then there are styling that you can do from this particular area under styles. So this is basically the table of content element. Now the author box is basically the element that is used to provide details about the author. It can have the author's image, it can have the author's email ID. So like this, you can also create an author box at the bottom of your post. So for example, on this website that I was showing you, I have created an author box that looks like this. So it gives an information about me as an author, and you can also do this on your website. Now the next element is post comments. So when you allow post comments on your website, you can put this particular element and people can actually write comment over here about your post. If they liked it, if they didn't like it, whatever feedback they have, they can write it here and they can post this comment, and this comment would be passed on to you on your WordPress admin dashboard. So that's the purpose of this particular element. Now moving on, post info, like I had shown you, this basically gives you the information about the author, the date this particular post was created, at what time this post was created, and if there are any comments on this post. So I'm also using this particular post info over here, but I am just using the name and the date. So you can also use it like this on your website. So you can style it, you can add or remove sections from here by just crossing it out or adding something, right? So all of this is possible, all of these things can be added. So moving on, this is a post navigation element. Now this is useful mainly when there are more than one post and you can basically provide a navigation to move to the next or previous post. So that's the purpose of this element. Post info we have already gone through. The post tracker basically adds a little tracker in your post which lets people see their progress as they move down in the post. So you can see this tracker is moving forward and backward as we move up and down on the page. The similar way, as people keep on reading the post and they go down, it will show them that how much of the post have they completed. So you can do the settings for this from here. So you can even have a circular progress tracker, so the circle will complete like this. The direction in which it should go, the percentage is currently hidden, but we can even show it. So it's saying that I've completed 82% of the page. So like this, you can also style it from here. You can decide the size of this tracker from here. You can decide the color of the tracker, background, progress indicator, the content, which is this number, right? All of this can be designed. So that was the progress tracker. So these are all the single elements that Elementor provides, which you can use to style your blog post. So that's it for now. In the next videos, we will look at the pro elements that come with Elementor Pro, and we will try to understand what each one of them does, and I'll try to show you some examples on some of my live websites like I've been doing till now. So I hope you were able to understand, take away something from this video. If you have any doubts, you can look at the link in the description for the screenshots and the blog post. Till the next video, I hope you have a good time. I'll see you in the next one.